Kenya has been a preferred tourist destination for a very long time, and it is considered a favorite location by both local and international tourists. The country is endowed with favorable weather patterns, exceptional five-star hotels and resorts built to international standards, distinctive white coastal sandy beaches, the abundant wildlife species, skilled craftsmanship comprising unique artwork, the prevailing peace, and its immeasurable hospitality of her people. The majority of the staff working in the hospitality industry get professional training from the prestigious Kenya Utalii College, which is funded by the Catering and Tourism Development Levy Trustees, CTDLT. The Catering and Tourism Development Levy Trustees, CTDLT, formerly Catering Levy Trustees, CLT, is a corporate body which was established in 1972 under Section 18 of the Hotels and Restaurants Act Cap 494 of the laws of Kenya. It is ISO 9001-2008 certified and operates a quality management system. CTDLT's vision is to be the lead source of funding for sustainable development in the tourism industry. CTDLT is run by gazetted members of the board who represent the whole country. They are all from different professions and thus bring different experiences as well as expertise to the board. CTDLT's mission is to effectively collect 2% levy, establish and fund training institutions, facilitate destination marketing, and develop standards for testing skills in the tourism industry. However, the main challenges facing the organization as they march into the 2012 include New Tourism Act, bearing in mind that there is a lot of expectation from the board and staff in terms of development of new tourism products, initiating the Tourism Research Institutes, assisting in setting up a crisis management center, funding the tourism institutions, assisting in setting up tourism safety service, and funding the tourism mandate.
The Tourism Act, which is going to be operationalized in July 2012, is going to transform the Catering Tourism Development Levies Trustees to a tourism fund. This will be a fund with broader mandates, as well as is going to allow the fund to be a vibrant and a modern organization. So it's exciting times, not only for the tourism fund, but also for the sector, because we have transformation in the Kenya Tourism Board, in the Kenya Utalii College, as well as the regulatory framework of the Kenya Tourism Regulatory Authority.
Stakeholders have largely been affected by the recently enacted alcoholic drinks law, popularly referred to as the Mutudho Law. Terrorism, case in point, the Lamu kidnappings and piracy incidents at the coast. The challenge of ensuring that change is embraced by all members within the organization.
We are charged with setting up a crisis center. In case of emergencies, there should be a coordinated way of a crisis within the tourism industry. Funding, we have to look for money to fund the training institutions and to fund the marketing efforts, especially through KTD.
The board's responsibilities include collecting, controlling and administering funds, establishing, equipping and controlling such establishments for training of persons for employment in the hotel industry as may be approved by the ministers, establishing and developing national standards for the testing of skills required in the tourism industry, And making such payments out of the funders may be necessary to enable the Kenya Tourist Board market and promote Kenya as both local and international tourist destination.
As an organization, we play a key role in that we fund the marketing agency, which is Kenya Tourist Board. I can for sure tell you that the last financial year we gave Kenya Tourism Board 170 million shillings. This financial year we are giving them 400 million shillings. So that is a very big leap. It's more than double what we gave the previous year. We are hoping that by giving them, they can refocus in their training, in their marketing. They can approach new markets. They can change their system, their strategy for marketing and all this. So we are the marketing agency is them, but us all we can do is to help bolster them by giving them more revenue. As CTTLT, we are going to change our name from just CTTLT. We are going to be a very short. We are going to have a very short name. We are going to be the Tourism Fund. So we are just going to be a fund, but we are going to be large, I can say, and I would say that the tourism industry, because the law has left the ministry to carry out the policy issues. And then it has created the fund on which all the other agencies are going to leverage on. So this organization is going to be the driving force.
While focusing on achieving service excellence, CTDLT focuses on ensuring competency. They not only treat people with dignity and esteem, but also value diversity in people's character as well as ideas. CTDLT encourages and promotes friendly competition both within and without the organization, as this enables them to continually improve the quality of their service. They put a lot of emphasis on the principles of teamwork and nurturing staff commitment. When it comes to accountability, CTDLT fully acknowledges its own successes and failures. They celebrate their successes and see their failures as opportunities for future growth. To CTDLT, efficiency is the difference between success and failure, and therefore relentlessly endeavors to pursue a more efficient way in service delivery. In terms of innovation, CTDLT fosters partnerships that enable them to remain at the forefront by creating new, unique and innovative products. Integrity-wise, CTDLT upholds the highest standards of honesty, truthfulness, reliability and honor.
The secret is teamwork. Teamwork through benchmarking, having policies and procedures on the ground, following the procedures and implementing what has been decided, and motivating the staff.
In the year 2010, CTDLT took part in the Organization Performance Index OPI training journey, whereby the organization selected part of its staff to train as OPI champions. Besides taking part in the OPI journey, the organization also took part in the prestigious Company of the Year Award, Koya, in November 2011 at the Safari Park Hotel. And in agreement with their motto, Total Commitment to Organizational Excellence, it emerged winner in the Judges Award category for the Most Promising Organization, as well as Runners-Up Manager of the Year 2011. The Kirit Dave Award was won by Ms. Flora Ngina Ngonze, CTDLT's ICT Manager. This has demonstrated that CTDLT is committed to the process of achieving excellent customer service and management performance. They understand service excellence is an integral aspect that will enable the tourism industry and the country at large to achieve its markings for Vision 2030. CTDLT's participation in the OPI and Koya is aimed at benchmarking on best practices that place them on international standards of performance. CTDLT has its head office in Nairobi and a regional office. It also boasts of regional offices in other towns, which include Mombasa, Kisumu, Nakuru, and Nyeri. Currently, the two main beneficiaries of CTDLT are the Kenya Tourist Board and the Kenya Utalii College in Nairobi. But in line with the Vision 2030, CTDLT has undertaken steps to establish a full campus, the Ronald Ngala Utalii College in Mombasa. They have already obtained a 30 acres parcel of land at the beachfront, and plans to lay the foundation stone are in very crucial stages. The inception of the new college will finally make Utalii College realize its dream of producing way more than the current 2,000 graduates annually.
Now, college is being expanded. There has been a dream for a long time of creating a second Utalii College at the coast. And today, through catering levy, we have managed to now establish the Ronald Ngala Utalii College, which is going to be built in Vipingo, the coast, and it's going to be a huge project. And I want to congratulate catering levy for now implementing that dream by tendering, and they're now in the final stages. And I hope before end of this financial year, we'll be able to break the ground of the Ronald Ngala Utalii College. And as well as now they're building an 8-story building in the center of Nairobi, where they can be able to have their headquarters and also be the headquarters of the Kenya Tourism Board. I think this is a major achievement of the catering levy trustee.
The Kenya Utalii College, a beneficiary of CTDLT, is a world-class training institution in hospitality and tourism and produces about 2,000 graduates per annum. And as the Utalii College principal, Mr. Kenneth Ombongi, explains, they have their sights set even higher.
The people we train here, 90% of them end up working for the tourism and the hospitality industry in this country at a start. Of course, some get their way out of the country, but majority of them actually start working here. So what I'll say is that it is important for the hotels to contribute the 2% or to collect the 2% and pass it on to CTDLT, because at the end of the day, the money will be working for them. The people we train here work in the industry. When KTB gets some revenue from CTDLT to use in marketing, we are looking for visitors to bring money to these establishments and the country generally. Recently, the board of Kenya Utalii College made a benchmarking trip to Europe and America. And the CTDLT is the one that contributed a large part of the amounts of money that we used for this benchmarking trip. So besides our normal contribution that we expect from CTDLT in terms of the funds and the grants they remit to us, once in a while we work on some special programs together. So basically we will want to see this kind of partnership between Kenya Utalii College and CTDLT continuing for the benefit of both parties and the hospitality and tourism industry generally.
KTB has been a major beneficiary of funding from CTDLT, and the funding has boosted the efficiency of KTB in its service delivery, as the KTB director, Mr. Moravin Degwa, explains.
In terms of funding, we've seen an increase from 150 million Kenya shillings to 180 million Kenya shillings, and to the current level of 400 million Kenya shillings this financial year. For this, we say this is excellent, this is good. I'm sure the more revenue CTDLT is able to collect, the more I'm sure they'll also plow back through KTB in terms of tourism marketing. And from this perspective, we really appreciate, because this is really good, and it goes to enhance the funding that we get from the government. And I think from this perspective, we would say it's been very, very good. And we hope that more will still be done so that we are able to collect more and also plow back more into tourism marketing.
CTDLT also works hand in hand with other stakeholders in the hotel, restaurants, and generally the entire tourism fraternity. Among them is PERAC, the Pubs, Entertainment and Restaurants Association of Kenya, which was registered in 2004. Its CEO, Mr. Sam Mikore, explains.
We have a very excellent relationship between PERAC and CTDLT. After the registration of PERAC, we have engaged in many partnership activities. Among them, we've had trainings that have been conducted, funded by catering levy. We have been able to enhance standards in this particular industry. One of the things that led to the formation of PERAC was the need to have standards that would actually be able to be followed within the tourism and entertainment industry. And these have been developed for a long time. We've been able to train staff in our industry on very customized training in matters of selling, matters of customer care, and very pertinent issues that touch on the guest. We've also had very good relationships in terms of lobbying and advocacy. We realize that the tourism, particularly the entertainment industry, is an industry that is faced with a lot of regulatory issues. And many times we've actually moved to catering levy, being the body that collects levy from this particular industry, has actually been able to give back a substantial amount of this levy to be able to improve this particular sector. So I could say that we've had an excellent working relationship. Currently, we are working on coming up with standards for classification because we want to be able to improve the standards in this particular sector where you can have a 1-star to a 5-star pub or restaurant. So we are currently working on that together with catering levy, and this is actually going to be a very excellent thing that is going to turn around this particular sector.
Who is qualified to pay the 2% levy to CTDLT? Any hotel with a minimum total charge of 250 shillings per person for a night's accommodation, including provisions of breakfast and other meals or services. Any restaurants at which the minimum gross receipts derived from all sales amounts to 3 million shillings per annum. Any restaurant which has not previously traded minimum average of 250,000 shillings per month for the first 3 months of trading. But how does CTDLT find out who has or has not paid? And how does one pay up?
We have